Welcome to Adventures in Glass with Doug. That's me. I take the time in these videos to show you how to take some thrifted glass and create some unusual sculptures that you can use indoors, outdoors, around the garden, patio, wherever you've got an interesting spot to put them. Murphy's Law seems to be working against me today. I created this one just moments ago thinking I was catching it all on camera. The camera decided, no, the battery's dead, and we didn't really capture any of that on the camera. So sorry to say you didn't see me do it step by step, but I think if you watch any of these videos, you'll know how it went together. We had our base piece, we put a plate on top, candle holder, and this oil cruet, if you will, and a marble. So that piece we put together, and I'm really kind of proud of that, except that you don't get to see the step by step. We're going to create another one that you will watch me put together, but let me just make sure the Gremlins aren't at work and that my camera really is on and charged and catching the video. Give me a moment. Okay, it looks like we're recording. I'm hoping I've got everything in focus and that we're good to go with this. We have a couple of pieces, and you know, when you go to put some of these things together, you're never quite sure with what you have how it's all gonna shape up. And in this case, we'll start with a vase that is got some really cool mosaic glass on it, nice crackly look to it. We're going to take that, that'll be upside down. I have a frosted green plate we're going to use on that. In that case, I think we're going to go face down with that. And then we're going to build up from there. So once again, give me a minute. I want to just double check to make sure everything is in good shape with my camera, and then I'll show you how we put this together. Alrighty. If you watch enough of my videos, you know what you need to have is a good collection of glass, and goodness knows I have that. I've got plenty of glass pieces. So find yourself some interesting pieces of glass. The next step is you've got to get an adhesive. I use 100% silicone. If you can't find it in your local hardware store, I have a link in the description below. Check that out. A lot of other things you can get there too for your garden and your glass work. So taking a tube of 100% silicone, and you could use epoxy. There are people who would prefer to use epoxy, and that's fine. I just happen to like the silicone. And I've had questions about, oh, does it hold up in cold weather? You're in Georgia, we're up north. I've had pieces that are 5 and 6 years old, may even be older than that have been out in the weather, and I haven't had any problems with them at all. Hanging pieces and fountains and bird baths. The only times I have problems are if a branch collides with them or some other minor disaster. So we are going to take our silicone and put a nice bead around the top rim here. Okay, so I've got my rim. As I said, for this design I'd like to go upside down with the plate. A turntable is handy when you want to see that your piece is symmetrical, and sometimes, try as you might, sometimes you don't always get it completely level, or it may not be entirely level. Our next step is going to be to take this goblet and put it there. Same thing, we're going to take our caulking, put a bead around the goblet. It's always a good idea to just run your finger around the seam to smooth out any excess. You've got to be careful that you don't push your piece off center. Next step, I have this candle holder. Looks like a Christmas version of one. We're going to put a bead and put it up there. And because the top was open where the candle would go, I'm going to put one of my glass marbles to close that off. We'll let all that dry. That will have been our second totem today.